Hello guys, in this video I'll be looking at the 2023 Basic Education Certificate Examination called Bece. Alright, so I'll be looking at the Computer Studies Practicals aspect of the Basic Science and Technology. Okay, let's move to the question. I will leave a link for you to download this question to also practice in the description below. Okay, so the question says, reproduce the spreadsheet document of a cost schedule as shown below and perform the underlying tasks. Okay. So what we're going to do here is to produce this table first of all. Okay. So let me load my Excel document. So the first thing I'm going to do is to save the document. Okay. That's the first thing I will do. Save the document first of all. So I want to save it using maybe my it's always good to use your registration number at least, or your name or something like that. So I'm going to use ng maybe 23445 whatever. Okay, let me just do 12345 1 2 3 4 5 6. So that will represent my registration number, and I think I'm cool with that, so I'm going to save it. Okay, so it's always good to save your work. So if there's any need for you to change the name of your work, you can do that after you are done, just in case of power outage or anything of that nature. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, let me just divide my window. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to choose this because I want to reproduce this table here. So you have to be mindful of the column letters and then the row numbers, just the way it is on the table in the question. So let me begin by writing the months, just as it is in the question, months, and then I have income, and of course you're going to have a naira. So I think you're going to get naira from let me maximize this from the what's it called, from insert tab and then to symbols. So you're going to get naira. So I have naira already here. So I'm going to insert it right there and then close this. Then of course close this bracket. So what I'm going to do next is to actually copy that particular text or symbol and then be able to use it again. Okay, so let me situate it perfectly again. Where are you? Here. I need it right there. Okay, so the next one will be the expenditure. Okay, so and of course I have to paste that particular naira there, and then next you want the profit. So I'm using the tab to move to the next cell to the right. Okay, so I'm going to paste again, and then of course I'm going to have loss, and then of course paste the naira right there. So the first thing you're going to do is first of all make sure that your levels are showing pretty well. So I'm going to ensure that everything is showing, and then we'll move to the next one. The row 2 will have January, and then row 3 is going to have February. Okay, I think that's correct. So I think from January to December, right? So I'm going to just select both, just like we do in numbers, and then drag down to December. Okay, so I'll make sure that my levels are showing pretty well. And then of course total is going to be down here, and then of course let me fix the number. So I have 2,000 here, 5,000 here, and then I have 3,000, 3,000, then I have 10,000, 10,000, and then I have 7,000 for May, 7,000 for May. Those will be the income. So at the expenditure, I'm going to have 1,500, and then 3,000 for February. 3,000 for February, and then I'll have 1,000 for March, and then for April I'm going to have 11,000 right there, and then I'm going to have 5,000. Then here I'm going to have 500 for the profits. I can actually work this out using a formula, but I'm not going to do that. So let me just type it the way it was given, and then I'm going to have another 2,000 for March. So there's a profit. So there's a dash right there. So I'm going to just put a dash and then Control S, save it to be able to stay. Okay, because if you move it, Excel will think you're about to input a formula or something like that. If you click without saving, Excel will think that you're about to work with a formula or something like that. So May will be 2,000, and of course I will have another dash here. I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to replicate that to here, 2,000. Then I'll have 1,000 afterwards. For April, that's a loss. Then I have the dash right there. Okay. Okay. So first of all, our job now is to make our table to look like what we have in the question. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select everything. First of all, if you look at the table, you find out that it's in Times New Roman. So I'm going to go to home, and then of course make sure I select the font style Times New Roman, and then of course, and then what else? Let's see. What else? Okay, so of course our headings are in bold. So I think let me just expand it again, and then of course it's going to be bold. I think I have to start switching now. Just to okay, so it's in bold, and then of course we have what else? Okay, the total is in bold, and of course the numbers are center aligned. So let's do that. So this is in bold, the total is in bold. So I'm going to just increase the font a bit, just one step, or like let's say 2 steps, something like that, and then ensure that all your headings are showing pretty well. So I'm going to double click, have something like this, and then of course the numbers are supposed to be center aligned, so I'm going to just center align everything. Okay, what else? Let's see. I think everything is cool right now. So, but one thing I see is the expenditure, the 11,000 here. It has a thousand separator or something like that. I don't think it's necessary, so I'm not going to add it. But if you want to know how to add that, you can just click on that cell. You want to go to the number group here. Okay, expand that number group, right? You're gonna come out. Come on. Let me do that again and see what it's gonna come out. Okay, this time it did. So you want to click on number. You want to reduce the decimal place to 0, and then of course check this use 1,000 separator, and then okay that. So you're gonna have it looking exactly like what you have in the question. But I don't know if this is necessary, so I'm going to kind of ignore it, or probably leave it the way it is. I will leave it like this just to, I don't know if there's a reason, so I'm going to leave it like that. So let's move over to the application questions now. Okay, so the first that is I question says provide the income values of your choice for the months of June to December, ranging between 3,000 and 10,000. So ranging from June to December. So the income values. Okay, so let's check the income values. So from here, so it has to be between 3,000 and 10,000. So I'm going to have let's say 3,100 here. Then I have probably 3,500 or something. 3,500 here. And then of course, just make sure you maintain you are within 3,000 and 10,000. So I'm going to have 4,000 here. I'll have 4,500. Let me just increase it by 500. 4,500. I'm going to have 5,000 for October, and then I have 5,500. And then I have 6,000. So everything is within 10,000, right? So of course it's random. You can choose any number of your choice, right? So that's for that. So the next one will be to provide the expenditure values of your choice for the months of June to December, ranging from 2,000 to 5,000. Okay, so this one ranges from 2,000 to 5,000. So we have to stay between 2,000 and 5,000. So I'm going to have for the June expenditure, I'm going to have 2,100. So I'm going to have, let's say, 2,500, 2,500 for July. I'm going to have maybe 3,000. And then I'll have, I'll have something like 3,100. Let me just freestyle. Maybe have 3,200. Maybe 3,500. Maybe, and then I have maybe 4,000 here. Something like that. So I think that's it. Yeah. So let's see. So we are within. So notes. The months of September and December should result in a loss similar to the month of April. Okay. September and December. So let's see. So the month of April, if you look at the month of April here, you find out the income was lesser than the expenditure. So we have a loss of about 1,000. So we want to replicate that in September and December, yes. So what I'm going to do here is, so since this, the expenditure here is already 3,100, so I'm going to, okay, so let me increase the expenditure actually, because let me switch it, let me increase this expenditure to make it make sense. Let me increase it to probably, expenditure should be somewhere around, let's say, let's make it 4,000. So we are still within the range, which is 2,000 to 5,000 for the expenditure. So we're good. So I will reduce the 4,500 to maybe 3,400, something like that. 3,200, something like that. The idea is to make the income to be lesser than the expenditure. So I'm going to do the same thing for this. So I'm going to switch them for the December. I'm going to switch. So I will do 5. Sorry, let me just do some like maybe 35 here or something, or probably 3,000. Let me do 3,200, something like that, and then increase this to maybe 4,800, something like that, just to be able to record some form of loss, right? So the expenditure will be more than the income, more or less, to be able to have a record a loss, right? So that's the idea. So you have to be mindful of that. Okay. So I. So says compute. Can I even select here? Come on. Let's see. You can select this and then. So okay. So I think okay. I've done all these. So it's So the I. That's what I want to do now. Compute and key in the profit or loss for the months of June to December. Okay. Now, so note, profit is equals to income minus expenditure. Okay. Income minus what? Expenditure. So let's calculate the profit first of all. So we want to keep our cursor in June here. So it's going to be income minus what? Expenditure. So you're going to have income here minus expenditure right here. So you want to enter, and it's going to give us this. as 1,000. So the profit here will be 8,000 because the expenditure was lesser than the income. So let's see. So let's drag down, see. So you find out that here for September, we have a loss here for September, okay? Because it's negative. And then of course, December, we also recorded a loss also. So let's do the next one. The next one is for the loss. Let's see the loss, expenditure minus the income. So let's have it equals, what's expenditure? Expenditure minus the income here. So we also have, okay, we recorded a profit, so loss is going to be negative. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, everywhere I see the negative numbers, I'm going to put just to make it to rhyme with what we have at the other for January to May. So I'm going to just have a dash right there, and then I'll save. And then all of them are all negative, so I'm going to remove them since we recorded the profit instead of the loss here. So of course there's a loss here, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, so I'm going to just dash out this one, save, dash out this also profit which is negative. I'm going to also save it. So everywhere I see a negative, I'm going to replace it with a dash just to be consistent with the whole table, right? So we now made sure that the month of September has a loss, and then of course the month of September has a loss here. Okay, right. So what's the next thing? Let's see. So give the formula and corresponding results of the following. The total income. So let's have it. Let's calculate the total income. So we're going to have under the income, we're going to have we're going to use a sum function to calculate the whole total here. Then enter. So that's the 4,500. And what's next? So the next one, which is B. So this done all this. So the B part, the total expenditure. So want to also calculate the total expenditure sum. Let me just pick that up and then calculate the total expenditure for 4,600. And then the next one, so this also done. So the next C, the sum of profit from the month of May to August. The sum of profits from the month of May to August. Okay. So let's go under the profits. Where is the profit? So we're just interested in the profit from May to August, right? So we want to use the sum function again, and then let's have May. Our range will be from May to August, just this, I think 4 of them, and then enter. So we're going to have 5,000 right there. Okay. So that's that. Okay. Okay. So the question says give the formula and corresponding result of the following. So now we've been able to calculate the results. So these are the results, which are the total. Now let me just add another label. Let me call it formula. So that it will show us the formula used to calculate this income, expenditure, and of course the profit from May to, is it May to August? Yes, May to August, right? So what I want to do here is to I'm going to copy the same formula. So I'm going to click on let me just retrace. So you make sure you click on the income total, right? So you want to copy the formula. So let me just copy the formula I used. I want to place it down here, here. So I'm going to just paste it right there. Okay. Let me just make sure that the formattings are the same. Okay, good. So of course it's going to give you the same result. So, but we're interested in the formula. So we're going to, okay, let me first of all do the same thing here, and then I will I'll make sure this the formula just the formula that shows instead of the values. So I'll do the same thing for this. Copy the formula. Oh, no, I'm just interested in the formula. Copy it, escape, press escape, and then paste it right there. So it's going to give you the same thing. So, but we're interested in the formula for each of the totals that we calculated. So what you're going to do to be able to, for the formula to show, you want to click on that cell and then go to the formula bar. You want to add just one quotation mark, just one. Is it apostrophe? Yeah, that's apostrophe, right? So that will make the formula to show, to stay right there. Okay, so it's the same thing for all of them. Just make sure you have an apostrophe right there, just right before the formula, and then it will keep the formula instead of a value. Okay, so just do that, remove one, and then make sure one apostrophe is there, and then enter. So that will show all the formula. Okay, so let me just make this bold. Okay, I think one thing that I forgot is simply the what's it called, the grid lines. So I want the grid line to show. I want to go to border, then make sure the grid line shows, and then ensure that everything is showing properly. All my labels are showing properly. And I think that's about it. Another thing that I'm missing, and okay, one more way, just for the maybe for this may not be for students. This will be for teachers. If you also want to show the formula, if you don't want to use the for one reason or the other, you can use the apostrophe to show the formula. You can use the formula called formula text. Sorry, it's a function actually called a formula text. And then of course, one argument here is just the reference. So you have to reference the cell that you want it to show the formula. So the cell I want is this. What's the cell? B14. So you can enter, and then it will show you the formula. So you can use that same method. So formula text, that's the name of the function, and then choose your reference and to show you the formula. But I think the first one is easier to remember. Okay, so whichever one you want to use, that'll be fine. Okay, so let me just remove this, and so this is how the finished work will look like. So in case if there's something that I missed, please leave a comment down below just to help the other viewers. Okay, let me check again to be sure that everything has been done. If there's another thing that I've not done, then well, just leave a comment down below. So I think that's about it. So you can go ahead to actually print. One most important thing that I want to say is always make sure that your registration number is on the printout. Okay, maybe as a header or as a footer. So what you want to do is to go to insert. You want to go to the text group here, and then of course click on header and footer, right? So you want to add your name and make sure your name is on every printout. So my name is Ikechukwu, so let me just write it right like this. So make sure that your name appears in your printout. It's very, very important so that there won't be any confusion. So NG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. So this will represent your reg number, something like that. So you can have it at the header or the footer here. Okay, anyhow you want to have it. So once you're done with that, you can click inside. Okay, and then maybe also click right here, down here, to exit from that header and footer. Now, for you to print, you want to click on File and then go to Print. Okay, you want to go to Print and then see that your work is all showing. Okay, and then you look at the header, you see that your name and your reg number they are all there, right? This is very, very important for every printer so that there won't be any confusion. I don't really know how they mark this, but it's important that you have your name and your center number on every printout in practicals. Okay, one more thing that you can do is to go to page setup just to show the grid lines. Sorry, the grid lines and the row heading, the row numbers and the column heading. So you want to go to Sheets here and then check the row and column numbers. We've already given it guidelines, so I don't think it's necessary. So you can click and then see that your headings, letters, and then of course the row numbers, they are all showing. So you can go ahead and print. Okay. So if you have any question, just leave a comment down below, and then I'll be glad to respond. All right. So as I said, the question will be, I'll leave a link in the description for the question so that you'll be able to download it and then try this out. All right. So thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and also share the video for other people to have opportunity to see this. All right. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next one.